They purposely traded in their DNA. That's why they're a vampire race and they need to feed on others, because they can't regenerate. They compromised their DNA on purpose so that they could play the role of being our gods, but in a way that puts us beneath them. Our free energy is used as a weapon against us. So when we're watching TV, or we're living through the life of celebrities, or we're voting for criminals to run our country, and or we're in the worship mentality of, the Christ energy, we're giving our power away. So during the Atlantean cataclysm and what is known as the Luciferian rebellion about 26,000 to 30,000 years ago, this is when the planetary stargates, the planetary grids and ley lines became controlled by the negative alien agenda races such as the reptilians, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the Alpha Draconis, the Orion group, the Zetas, the Greys, and some Nordics. There's two basic timelines. Even though there's a ton of timelines, there's basically two distinct ones, just like there's two distinct beings. You're either service to self or service to others. Doesn't matter if you've got scales, if you're blue, if you have things coming out of your head. I mean, it's one or the other. Same thing with timelines. It's either a positive timeline or it's a artificial timeline or a negative timeline. And a lot of it is just based on, belief systems and how consistent we are with those belief systems, because they ground and anchor our energy. They become instructions for our creative channels that end up manifesting our reality. And so if we get programmed or conditioned to operate from instructions that are based on negative agendas, then we are walking on an artificial timeline. But the will of the human spirit is so incredibly strong. That's why when we're compromised or we're in survival situations, we know how to, all of a sudden, get the willpower working and the priorities start to come through, because we really do want sovereignty and freedom. So that inner strength is pretty powerful, no matter where we've fallen into the trap of. So the positive timeline is organic ascension. Natural stargates are opening. It's all about expansion and upgrades of our DNA. Our DNA is linked with the stargates on Earth. So as we move beyond these frequency fences and manipulations of our DNA, we assist in opening the natural stargates. And as the natural stargates are naturally opening, because we're in this window period, it gives us that boost. And so it's kind of like this relationship. We get healed by the planet gets healed by us, and it's a co-creation. Stellar activation cycle window period is our opportunity to fully get anchored on this path to avoid future repercussions that come from being immersed in the artificial matrix. Much of the ET visitations have to do with correcting this, but some are not, and they are part of the negative ET agenda, which is what we have seen in our society and our culture. It's absolutely infiltrated everything as we know it. And so if we only see the matrix stuff, if we only live our life through the television, well, that's where we're going to get bombarded with that artificial timeline and those manipulations. If we turn it off and we just begin to just step away from it all and not just be so reactive, we get much more in touch with this other timeline. And it really is fed to us through a box. And it's just like, wow, is it just as simple as turning it off? Kind of. Because then we detox from all the distortions of the masculine and feminine and all these things that get into our energetic bodies, these frequencies that are, coming into us. So the catastrophic timeline, negative ETs who have been manipulating the human world of affairs for thousands and thousands of years since the Atlantean cataclysm for their own purposes, are all about this catastrophic timeline. They compromised their DNA on purpose so that they could play the role of being our gods, but in a way that puts us beneath them. True source is all about the unified field and all about oneness and equality and, but enjoying our uniqueness, as oneness is diversity and harmony. Black Ops whistleblower testimonies reveal that the looking glass technology and time travel have been used by secret government elite for many years to change and manipulate history so that it follows their desired paths and reaches their desired outcome. Many visiting races have warned us about the implications of using these technologies. It's kind of like over-drugging yourself. It's like, it's like when you want something so bad or you want to appease, like the ego, everything else starts to crash and it becomes very dangerous. These technologies are very dangerous for the planet and for us. So even if for them it provides them some sort of gratification, they have to stay locked in that loop in order to maintain a life cycle. And that's why we see abductions and time travel and coming back and trying to make up for their mistakes and saying they're a dying race, but they're still under reptilian control. And so the whole idea is that right now in this window period, we all become liberated. We invite the souls that could potentially turn into that to wake up now, to actually dissolve the future scenarios that would bring them back. And sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, something just changed. Either somebody tinkered with the timelines, have those mornings, or something major was like moved. And even noticing the planetary bodies change from what they originally were, because we have to remember reality is not fixed. Our consciousness can change things. So during the Atlantean cataclysm and what is known as the Luciferian rebellion about 26,000 to 30,000 years ago, this is when the planetary stargates, the planetary grids and ley lines became controlled by the negative alien agenda races such as the reptilians, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the Alpha Draconis, the Orion group, the Zetas, the Greys, and some Nordics. This is from Lisa Renee, energeticsynthesis.com, and really resonate with her work. And it's not just about like the negative races, though. I mean, I'm not here to just say, oh, all these bad aliens out there. I mean, there are much more benevolent races out there. And it's kind of like the way the body works. There's disease, there's cancer cells, and they're like invasion, infiltration. And then we have the immune system, we have our higher self, and we have all sorts of greater power in that. I mean, that really is the home base more than degeneration and infiltration. It's more of a temporary experience to sort of kind of push us to the edge until we say, wait a second, don't we have all this other stuff? Let's start to bring that in. And that's when we start to make contact with these higher dimensional beings that are already helping us, but we have to step up to the plate to even know they're there, or else they can't make that connection. So these more negative beings, the reason I'm focusing on it is because this is where we get to just say goodbye. This is divorce time. I'm not into fear-mongering or scaring anybody. I'm really excited. This is all about liberation. But we're finding out about who's been cheating on us. So it's not a happy story, especially if, it's like being in a relationship. It's like, oh my God, you feel betrayed, you feel angry. But at the same time, it's like, well, you have a whole new life waiting. So once you're through the mourning process, it's a whole nother story. So some of us are in the mourning process and angry at the messengers and, this and that. But once we get over the hump, it's like, wait a second, this is awesome, So anyway, we're going to get into sort of the nitty-gritty, darker stuff. They mind control and download their thought forms to the minds of the world leaders and the militant organizations. The reason they're able to do that is because they already have a service to self mentality. If you're already bent towards greed and power, you're pretty easy to possess. If you are aligned with integrity and you care about the earth, then more than likely you've got some great beings around you that are hanging in your space, because we're multidimensional beings and they're a part of us. It's part of the multidimensional ecosystem. So the two main controller groups are the Black Suns and the Sons of Belial. Greys and Zetas that have been cloned and used by the Anunnaki Draconian have been placed as worker races on various planets. The Zetas and Reptilians are known to want to stop our ascension through misaligning the Earth grids. So we hear about a lot of infection of the Earth grids, a lot of things connected to dark technologies put underground to misalign them. But then we also see how it is in our culture. We have a 12 calendar system. It should be the 13 calendar, connected to what the Mayans understood. Well, it is what the Mayans understood, the 13 moon calendar. And we just see where these distortions appear on the world stage, in our educational systems and everything else like that. So the core sourcing of it is what we don't see, but we do see the product of it in our culture, but people acclimate to it and they think it's just being human. Oh, this is what being human is. We are not what being human is. We haven't been for a while. I mean, all of us, of course, that's different. We totally got this. But the fact that we're sitting in here, we're doing good enough, right? And of course, we're still working on stuff. It's not about attaining enlightenment. It's about maintaining it through energetic maintenance. It's always there. It's always present in all of us. But it's like doing the dishes. Like, if you let energy accumulate and linger for too long, you're going to find there's a lot of dishes to clean, and then it gets overwhelming. And then it's like I said in my last presentation, you almost want to break the dishes and just buy new ones instead of clean up the mess because you couldn't get to it. So it is an energetic maintenance thing, and it's just like a gardener. Just pull out the weeds, just maintain, and you'll find that, wow, it's been here this whole time. The only thing that gets in the way is the accumulation. And it's easy to notice in our physical environment when there's accumulation because it looks messy. Or it's like, unless you're a hoarder and you like it, that's no judgment. I certainly have issues with organization. But not hoarding, it's just more like just the rest of it. And but the rest of our energetic bodies need the same kind of maintenance that the physical does. So the same laws apply. So the Nephilim reversal grid was put in place during this time after the Lucifer rebellions. And basically, we're talking about the second creation. We're not talking about the higher civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria. We're talking about after that collapsed and this new creation was formed. The grids of the Gaia matrix got overlaid with the Archonic matrix immediately because they saw us vulnerable, because now we were going to go through the life, death, reincarnation cycles in order to reach our capacity to hold a high level of DNA potential. Because we had fallen, now we're given, the choice with the tree of knowledge, good or evil. It's like we've been learning about good and evil. And I think we've gotten enough of the evil. It's like, okay, we get it. Thank you. We totally got that there is evil in the world now. And if anybody still denies that there isn't, there is, but it doesn't mean it has to be your reality. I mean, it's just a part of the experience right now. It can be a teacher, it shows us where we need our boundaries. It shows us, what we're here to heal and alchemize. But, it's a metaphor. We're in a dream. We're seeing all these things happen around us and they affect us. But if we see it more as a metaphor and understand that the multidimensional nature of this planet, which is a 13-dimensional planet, sacrificed this portion of her body so that we could learn about ourselves. And sometimes learning about ourselves is seeing that our waters are poisoned, our skies are not clear, our earth body is being depleted. But we're a part of that, and we can stop these people anytime as long as we unplug from them, because they're a vampiric system. They couldn't be them unless we gave them the power to be them. And of course, we have to cut ourselves slack because they're master manipulators, and they have technologies that make it really hard. So it's not like, any of us have been, ridiculous for not getting it sooner. I mean, my God, we have to cut ourselves a lot of slack. So with these Nephilim reversal grid technologies, basically once a person becomes addicted to the bait that is presented in all forms of manipulation and deception, the architecture of this control system hooks into you and takes your vital force. This is what feeds the technologies, and it also goes off planet. Our free energy is used as a weapon against us. So when we're watching TV, or we're living through the life of celebrities, or we're voting for criminals to run our country, and or we're in the worship mentality of, the Christ energy, we're giving our power away. That was never the message. And the Essenes and the Cathars and the Templars, the original ones, got wiped out because they understood how to become a Christ-conscious being. Each individual has that potential. And so we've given this power away, they harvest it, then they power up these technologies, and then they're in control. But this is not a done deal. This is us saying, hey, wait a second, that's not the way I want to use my energy. So we can call it back. But it's the addiction thing. So once a person gets addicted, that is where the drain starts happening. And this is what feeds the technologies. Our free energy, like I said, is a weapon used against us. Different false archetypes are also played out, and they are rewarded and encouraged in our society. I mean, we can just remember just high school and elementary school, and just, some people might have gone along with the program. I could not stand it. I stopped going to school. I was just like, forget this. And then I went to a dead show, and it was like, where'd Laura go? And I was gone for quite a while at the age of 15. But the whole point is, it's encouraged, it's rewarded, it's on the television, and our parents pass it down to us. We don't have any real examples. So the only hope we have is to go into the dark night of the soul and have a really incredible crisis, which brings us into a great spiritual awakening, and it's a very lonely path. So part of my mission is to help people on that journey. Been there, done it, and I really know the ropes. I feel like a veteran of the underworld. So I do sessions to help people understand what those cycles mean. When you feel like you're going to die or have a nervous breakdown, it's like, no, this is good stuff. Don't go thinking you're crazy and go on meds now, because you're about to initiate yourself into a higher level of awareness. But we get so lost and confused, and there's no real guidance or support out there. And we see these TV commercials, and I think by now knowing that, a certain medication to heal a migraine could lead to a coma, and excessive bleeding is probably not a good idea. Common sense now should be taking over, because it's just getting ridiculous, And I said that yesterday. It's just like, it's now a comedy show. We should just be eating our popcorn, laughing our butts off at these people, but it's the human suffering, where our hearts, and the emotionality of it all can be channeled into. We need to take care of our global family, and everybody needs food and water the basics. And then let's deal with the other stuff. These presidents don't give a crap about that, so we should not vote them in. We're going to start a new paradigm. We're going to empower our gifts and abilities as a unified group. And it's going to start here, and I know it, and it's going to spread. And people are going to say, wait a second, why should I vote for these people when these people are doing it all on their own, and it's in alignment with nature, it's in integrity, and it's honoring, us as sovereign beings. And so this is what we have in front of us. I'm not saying that there won't be positive people running for office, but we really should not say to the universe that we're voting for it, because then we're actually screwing ourselves over, and we kind of asked for it. And it's hard at that point as a light worker to have compassion for that. With the amount of information that's out there, knowing that Hillary Clinton has abused and tortured people, has mind control slaves, is probably not even human, because these entities possess people. So the game, has to end, and we can do that. This dense physical world is caught in a manufactured time loop in which time is a circle constantly repeating itself. What we need to do is break the time circle, and thus the prison. The reptilians are doing everything they possibly can to prevent this. All these agendas include the microchip, chemtrails, GMOs. They want to stay immortal as our masters via technology. So, okay, these tools that they use might sound a little intimidating. Like, what if we do have implants? What if, we are going to get chipped in this and that? Well, we can neutralize these things. I mean, I've been targeted before I was born. The minute I came out of my mom's womb, it was just like, we're gonna send her to Mars, and all these control forces were always on me. But I'm so freaking rebellious, I can tell when that energy's coming at me because it doesn't feel authentic, it doesn't feel like mine, and I freak out, and it's just like, okay, and it's a vibration thing. It's just like, it won't come in if you don't welcome it. So it's about having boundaries, and you can knock this stuff out. And there are people I can recommend that do implant removals if, you don't want to, bitch and scream and put holes in the wall. Okay, I'm not saying that I did that, but okay. So according to Phil Schneider, the alien agenda was known by the US government as early as 1933. We have ET genetics and we're seeded by ETs, but it is the digress strains and those with service to self orientation, primarily the Orion group, who hybridized with us. It's changed us and taken us further away from source, because if they're mixing their energies with us and we start to become like them, then we're getting lost in the negative ego stuff. So when we look at, why did Atlantis, fall? Why did it collapse? Well, there's a lot of hybridization going on, and a lot of beings that originally had the 12-strand potential were becoming more and more limited. I mean, we see that with how people are recruited into government positions, and people that are programmed to believe that they're serving something when in actual fact they're serving a dark agenda. So a lot of people have just been manipulated, but it does compromise their DNA. But it only goes dormant. You can't destroy the seed of what you were created with, and consciousness can turn all these strands on again. They purposely traded in their DNA. That's why they're a vampire race and they need to feed on others, because they can't regenerate. They made an agreement with themselves that they would not be healed. But if they wanted to incarnate into a higher line, they could, and they could heal that way, but they can't with their own genetics as they know it.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to watch the next video on Awaken Zone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, but you won't want to miss what's coming next.